You know what? I'm frustrated by the fact that there's likely going to be a power cut at 8 and I'm still busy talking. I was explaining in the previous part, babitsang, hore monna ha asa mamele bonna ba gage, asa mamele Jesu, asa iphi moreneng, hore o tlo tsawa ke tsunami jwang ya mosadi o tswileng tseleng o bodileng o nyala rafraf ho tla le yes like we tsekeng le tla senya mphakati mo pepeneneng go buiwa ka lona hore ne lena le this le that mara ka je ko le nothing le fetle le fokotsegile kaofela grandshap ga le sa batwa. You're a byword in the community purely because mosadi wa gago was at the back and was the wind beneath your wings. Elo re moya wa teng o le fifi wankutla. A wicked woman, the beguiling power that God gave to women to influence men, she uses it to destroy. Lenzula morana jeso gatwe hore mosadi that is wise builds ntlu ya gagwe, mara a wicked woman tears it down with her own hands. I have watched the women of my family ba nka ke re tile mo rofong ba ilahlela mofatse ba ithuba ba nka hemara ba inoka into lebota ho ntsha face brick so that the house is not on a firm sturdy foundation. Hore ha go tla ka pulanyana ha go sana ntlo e setseng se re phela jwanong mikukhung e tsawang ke heavy rains. No longer are we in a brick and mortar structure, at least spiritually. The whole family has been decimated because of the disregard for the leadership that God has given him of one man, just by simply heeding a Jezebel wife and a Jezebel daughter that in and of himself he knew was freaking irresponsible. He has destroyed the extended family. This term was possibly true. Would be tossing and turning in her grave kajeko. So grandshab ha na kopa modimo hore a tshireletse family ya gagwe, ona kopa modimo hore a fe leadership ya pholoso, salvation to my uncle, to lead the children of this generation to Christ. Akaithandi isonto uthandu ibhodlela. Literally the day that my uncle faces God in the judgment, whether it be the Bema seat or the great white throne judgment, he is going to have it coming. He is going to hear just how much I'm moshing a con. Noma anga sindiswa. Because we don't get to escape judgment. Natis your telwa grensha pukutu mo wrong gupi karab, mo right gupi. Our lives are going to be judged. God is going to literally bring every last sin under judgment. However, we are propitiated for by the blood of the Lamb when we are at the Bema seat. So whether he gets saved, which I pray to God for, or not, he is going to face a very harsh rebuke from God for destroying this family. Unkile mzalwane amurabazisa bokamoso, and as it's written in God's word that unequal scales are an abomination to Emmanuel, and he loathes those who acquit the wicked and condemn the righteous. So I have been condemned while the exaltation of the wicked has been allowed to run rampant. Ngamhlanje lo uncle wakho na akwazi nokumbuka emahlweni ha khona umsheba matlo wa sokola ungcheba like isoko ke sutlile mara a company a tlhokafala ka taba, then out Jezebel wife and Jezebel daughter akampa basadi ba mpholo wa gagwe akaseba. Not only is his Jezebel wife and daughter who it is that he needs to protect, but now he's also protecting Jezebel's sisters, as in my aunts, my mom, all tsireleditse di Jezebel tsa di at the expense of a truly godly woman. And if he passes away, this baton is going to go to a cousin of mine, the occult. He is a hardcore Satanist, and he is the next in line to inherit. That is how you destroy a family. That is the man that in the future is supposed to negotiate lobola. For instance, daughters that would come from my womb. That cousin of mine would be the one on negotiating my lobola. God forbid I should allow that man to touch the dowry of my daughter. The way I ratang satane ka teng, aka yetsang chata teng go kingdom of darkness. Aka tsaya di stats bana ba ka, aba tsaya le bekamoso before ba any opportunity to live at all. Like stealing destinies, because it's what he does. He's into stealing destinies. He's done that with multiple family members of mine. When I live out that are not where they're supposed to be, and it doesn't make sense because motho teng ke Harvard graduate. Mara o busy ntsa sotlegile a dutse kontunyana e one bondo le teng o patala we o sokola we patala o like dedicated to alcoholism. O ka ba le master's degree ya ko Harvard jwang o dutse ga botlhoko jana ba mo ntsetse destiny ha bana taba whether o badile o entseng. That is my family. And people ask me, why do you talk so much about witchcraft? Ke ka tlhaloganya hore ntho tsena di deep di hard knock. Anyway, so this uncle of mine, I pray ke rapela ka pelo le moya hore morena Jesu re ska tsawela electricity bathong, because I really need to be able to finish this conversation with like, you know, light. Re bile le di-power tse two already. The South Africa ke a bloma, man. Ke a bloma. If there's a power cut, I'll come back after the power is restored because I'm not prepared to speak in the dark because I noticed that I give way in the dark. People don't linger onto me because I guess it's perception management. It's just basic like psychological behavioral psychology. So I don't want people to not watch me. So this might be the final part before I come back after the 10. Yeah, because the power will be gone for 2 hours. God forbid there should be a power cut though. So just so you can understand then the poignancy and the power and the destructiveness, just the absolute destructiveness of a godless woman in a society. Just my family. Only look at what Jezebel did in Israel during her reign of terror over Ahab. Only look at what happened to Solomon because of those foreign wives. Only look at what happened to Samson with Delilah. Only look at what wicked women in the Bible have prospered to achieve in the lives of men and countries. But also look at the wisdom of those women who were indwelt, filled, who loved God, that in their virtue rescued in nations. Abigail rescued her entire village, town, state, whatever it was. Eliana Baal, she rescued all of it. Esther rescued all of the Jews in Persia. I cannot substantiate sufficiently enough the importance of godliness in women, but also sturdiness in men. I'm not to teach men, but this conversation needs to be had from both vantage points, that people might not gauge me as an individual that is biased. This is a two-way thing, a symbiosis, and in that symbiotic relationship, in the absence of one or both of the parties operating smoothly like a well-oiled machine, the whole structure comes crashing down. Everything comes crashing down. Innocent. An environment where the wicked are thriving and prospering at the expense of the righteous. An abomination before Emmanuel. And I am sitting where I'm sitting right now with a heart broken beyond what I imagine to be repair. But of course, there's nothing that Christ can't do. Right now, I feel irreconcilably devastated. Ever again. I don't trust anyone. Love always trusts. I have difficulty with pressing that reset button I spoke about earlier, but Christ restores. We shall see if at all the nation does a 180. I did say the first part of this whole entire series that I'm doing, I led with I feel like I'm wasting time. The buttocks of a baby that just keeps on releasing stools because diarrhea. The dirt in the room because it just keeps heaping up on me again. And hearing, there's no ear to hear. Seeing, I am broken over my YouTube channels, guys. Is only taking on TikTok. Facebook is not listening to my long form content. YouTube, I'm on binary code. My heart is broken, and TikTok, it's not too much of a following. It's not too many people, but it's enough for me to feel like so I'm investing a lot in uploading for TikTok. But YouTube is by far the best place to proliferate a message and also to give myself stability again in life. And to look at my YouTube channel, it going nowhere. For me, YouTube is the only social media platform that has a dislike button. I am so under attack that when I upload content, sometimes I get 0 likes and a couple of dislikes, to a point where the ratio of likes to dislikes is sitting at blank. You would know if at all you are a content creator that does YouTube videos. That ratio thing, I can't stand the dislike button on YouTube because with me, it doesn't even come with likes. It suggests that kiwa rubbish. So much so that no one watches me, and even the 1 or 2 people that watch me don't like it. That's what I have to deal with when I look at my statistics page on YouTube. The pain is exorbitant. And do you know what the intention of that pain is? Is to make me shut up or to make me feel like I'm wasting time. And so I'm getting to a point now where I feel like I'm doing just that. Wasting time. Let's move to the next part. There might be a podcast.